Hello everyone, this is Neronium. Welcome back to Donkey Kong Country. Last time we ended up beginning our bouts as both Donkey and Diddy, and in this part, we are just the Diddy. Why? Because this is where I started to have to do the cuts to make the levels look and flow good. Remember, I am doing a supercut of pretty much every single one of the deaths that happened in Donkey Kong Country. That's gonna take me a little while to get done, but for the main project wise, it's just gonna be kind of smooth sailing for level to level from this point on, primarily because otherwise we'd be here for quite a number of hours. Yes, I am not good at Donkey Kong Country. This should be obvious. And again, this is also the first time I had actually beaten Donkey Kong Country, and I never grew up with the game. It's weird, like, I don't know why. I can do decent at Sonic games, but give me something like Donkey Kong Country, Super Mario especially, oh dear God. And I overcorrect myself. I overanalyze. I make myself go into a tizzy. But in this case, let us go on to Minecart. Now, when it comes to the minecart levels, I will say that they are always some of my more favorite levels in a Donkey Kong game, barring the fact that I've really only ever played Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Country Returns. Like, I've played all of them, but I've never beaten them. Well, no, I beat Donkey Kong Country Returns, actually. I beat that on the Wii, I think. I'm trying to remember. It feels so weird trying to remember a lot of this stuff, because sometimes it's like, did I actually beat it or am I misremembering? It's just one of those things. Now, time to kill myself because I want the Kong letters. I want the Kong letters. Because at this point, I was still under the impression the Kong letters helped towards 100%, but no, they just get you lives. They get 100% in Donkey Kong Country 1. You must get all the bonus rooms. I hate it when games do that, where it's like the true 100% moniker is locked behind something stupidly arbitrary. And Donkey Kong Country does that to a T, unfortunately. Now, I know this is gonna end up begging the question too, like, oh, when am I gonna do the rest of the Donkey Kong Country series? I do want to do Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Kong Quest, relatively sooner than later. At this point, I've already made my plans for 2020 and 2021 video. Probably gonna have to delay that a few days because it's kind of late at night and I don't want to release that, like, right at night. But what I want to do is I want to basically do more classic games, more 16-bit, so that I can get, one, actually them under my belt, and two, not be bad. I don't want to always be bad, but I cannot help it. Being bad is in my blood. My blood is bad. See, look at how bad that is. That was terrible. So, back to Bouncy Bonanza, where every one of the Kremlings jump. Disinger. Now, I do want to do Diddy's Kong Quest sooner rather than later. I need to find the cartridge for it, because I know I have it. I know I have Diddy's Kong Quest. And yes, it is Diddy's Kong Quest, not Diddy's Kong Quest. It's the Kong Quest, as in it's the quest of the Diddy Kong, not his conquest of the Kremlings. That apostrophe is hard to see, I don't blame people. I need to find that cartridge somewhere around here. If not, I could always play it on the Nintendo Switch, but I kind of don't want to do this with save states as much as it would probably save my life and give me a lot less headache and save me a lot of time. I have a Super NT. I want to use the dang thing. So, yeah. we'll do it sooner rather than later. Probably, I don't know, maybe sometime in February or March. It really depends on how the schedule really works out overall. And then, don't know when I do Donkey Kong Country 3, because from what I've gathered, I wouldn't like that one as much as 2. But then again, I could be wrong. I could just be having bias against Kiddy Kong. Which, to be fair, who doesn't have bias against Kiddy Kong? He's not lanky. Oh wait, Lanky's dead. Oh, I died. So, what we're gonna do is we are going to do most of the Donkey Kong Country series. I'm debating on 64 because honestly, believe it or not, I have played 64. It's actually what kind of put me off of a lot of the Donkey Kong series for the longest time. I like collectathons, but holy cow. Sometimes there is such a thing as too much. And unfortunately, Crash Bandicoot 4 is kind of going under that moniker right now because at this time I'm doing the post-game all cleanup, inverted levels, time trials, going slowly insane. So I decided to break up the monotony with some Donkey Kong Country. But, with this game and with 64, I'm debating on whether to do 64 sooner rather than later when it comes to it. Like, I would rather do more of the 2D platforming ones. So I would actually really like to do Country Returns rather than do 64. But I know a lot of people would really like me to do 64. The other thing is, I would probably want to do it on a actual N64, and I don't own the cartridge for Donkey Kong 64, so I'd need to track that down. And the reason why I don't own the cartridge is because, like I said, that game managed to put me off of wanting to play Donkey Kong for the longest time. That is not a point in its favor by any stretch of the imagination. But then again, Stop and Go Station is a reason why it's interesting to play these sort of games. Believe it or not, this was one of the levels I saw at a friend of my mom's house. My mom's friend had 2 kids that would play the Super Nintendo with Donkey Kong Country, and they were always stuck on this level. I remember this specifically. I was probably... how old was I at the time? I can remember it, so I have to either be 5 or 6 years old at the time to be able to remember this. This is one of the levels I think I did play. I know I played the minecart one, but I think it was actually the other minecart level in particular that we're going to be going to later. So I could be wrong, but I know I've seen this level in the past for when I was a kid, because I remember the Creme Rocks used to actually kind of scare my, I guess I could call them friends. More acquaintances. Why did I jump into that pit? More acquaintances, I guess. And it always like kind of scared us. So yeah, that's my history with this one. After that, we really didn't do that much with Donkey Kong Country, because usually we would go over to my house and we'd be playing the Sega Genesis since they had the Super Nintendo. But then I never really got to go over to their place. So really, they always just came over to mine. Come on. There we go. And then, what's another level? I know that there's one in Gorilla Glacier that I used to go to a lot. And the thing about the Crem Rocks is they're invincible unless you hit the stop barrel. And they're hacked up on caffeine. Rather concerning. Like, what does King K. Rool feed these rock Kremlings? Which then again, how are these rock Kremlings alive? Are they statues? Brought to life by magic? Or are they caffeinated, petrified Kremlings? Whoop! Down the pit they go. Where do we stop? We already know. Now, in terms of how this game looks, even to this day, it still looks really gorgeous. And with the advances of, like, the Super NT and everything, it's basically RGB to its fullest. Which is good, because unfortunately, my actual Super Nintendo died. And I'm pretty sure it was a 3-chip. And I'm actively mad that it is dead. I am borrowing a friend's. Well, I'm holding on to a thing for a friend for the top loader, like mini Super Nintendo. But I really wanted to have my 3-chip Super Nintendo to work. And I know I'm saying a lot of stuff that people probably don't understand. 3 chips are basically the, like, best video quality you could have gotten out of a Super Nintendo. They were the, like, holy grails, and it's hard to tell which one without opening up the Super Nintendo or playing some games with RGB cables in to know which one exactly you had, which is always fun. You know what's not fun? This level. I hate this level. This level took me a while. This is one of the 4 levels that took me way too long to do, and is why we're gonna be having to use Candy Kong a lot later in the game. Because there's the alternate version of this level too that I hate. And it's because of the stupid naughties with the wheels. Stupid wheels. Those things hurt like the dickens. Bounce on the gremlings. Come on out, DK. We need to know what to do. DT, should have used that on the snake. Tire, boop, boop. Now, I'm trying to think of what other good, like, besides the obvious Super Nintendo games to do that I should be doing. I mean, then again, this is one of the obvious ones to do. I do own Super Mario World as well as, I actually own 2 copies of that game for some odd reason. I also own Yoshi's Island, which I love. I love Yoshi's Island, except for caring for the baby. Which, well, not caring for the baby, but more so losing the baby and then missing 1 second and then not having all 30 of the stars at the end. So I have those. I have Super Mario Legend of the 7 Stars. Super Mario RPG, otherwise. I forgot the Super Mario RPG part. I have Super Mario RPG. I'll eventually do that game, but I kind of want to do Paper Mario first, even though Paper Mario was kind of a pseudo-sequel to Super Mario RPG originally. And then I have Zombies Ate My Neighbors somewhere, but that's more of an arcade-ish game than a full-on game, honestly. I have The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. Obviously, I'll do that. And finally, that's really all the ones I can think of. If I had the Castlevania games, I might do Super Castlevania. But then again, I'm not good at Castlevania. Castlevania is something that I love from a distance, but up close, not so much. Hello, Cranky. Cranky would tell me to get good all the time. All the time. Like, Cranky would be the one that would berate me for every little thing I do. But then again, that's Cranky's character. But let's go to Neki and beat him up. That's not beating him up. That's him. That's me about to die to Neki. See, that's me dying to Neki. All right, when in doubt, try again. Donkey. Boing. 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 And so, as we draw close to this episode, we get ready for the next one, which is going to be interesting, to say the least. So anyway, guys, I'm going to end it off right here. This has been Neronium. See you all next time when we go to the next world in Donkey Kong Country. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to check out other games that I've done on the spur of the moment, check out the top link for a playthrough of Pikmin 1. And for another game series that is often neglected, check out the bottom link for a playthrough of Klonoa on the Wii.